Okay, what inspired this episode? Here it is. I was just working with a colleague and she said to me before we got off the call, I suck at time management. Okay, on a totally side note, I remember when my oldest was in third grade and his teacher, well, even before this, I lived with a lady before I got married and she had a 13-year-old son. I lived with her because I was about to get married myself and didn't have our apartment lease ran out. So I lived with her and her son talked to each other and they said the word suck. They said it like, this sucks and stuff like that. So I was always like, oh my goodness, she's using that word with her son. That's so interesting. Then when I had kids and my son was in third grade, his teacher used that term when she was talking to me and I love her. I just never say that word. I never use that term at the time. So it's just interesting, like what all happens. And then finally that term, I use it every once in a while. I don't know. Anyway, okay, that was totally a side note that has nothing to do with this episode, but that's what my colleague said. I suck at time management. What came to my mind was, interesting. If we believe that about ourselves, we'll just keep creating that. So right now, what if you believed that you are extremely good at time management? Just like I've been using the thought, I am extremely organized. I want you to try it on for just a second. I am extremely good at time management. Now, if you feel a lot of resistance, I'm going to talk about what to do. In this episode, I'm going to show you how that mindset shift, before you even think about using a planner or a calendar, sets the stage for real time management that actually works. And then I'm going to walk you through step by step how to apply my space organizing method to your calendar and your to-do list and to time management. You're going to leave with a repeatable process, practical time blocking strategies, because I'm going to talk about that, and how this simple mindset shift is going to change everything. Okay. So if you've ever thought I'm terrible with time, then this one is for you. So let's organize your schedule like you'd organize your closet, because we want to keep it simple for our brain. We want to use the same organizing steps for every single thing in our life so that we don't have to learn a bunch of different processes. Okay. Let's get started. Are you ready to work less, feel more organized and productive, streamline repetitive tasks, and implement systems that allow your coaching business to run smoothly even without you? If so, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Organized Coach Podcast, your go-to source for practical tips and solutions. I'm your host, Tracy Hoth, professional organizer, certified life coach, simplifying expert, and most of all, down-to-earth fellow coach just like you. No matter if you think you're missing the organizing gene, have ADHD, or just love anything organizing, I'm here to help you become an organized coach with a business that works for you. Pull up a seat and let's get started. Here we go. Okay, I have been loving my business lately. I think I've always been so focused on efficiency. I don't want to waste any time. I want to only do things that work and all this other stuff. And lately I've just been thinking, I am enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying the people I come in contact with. I'm trusting that God will provide all the clients and the people and the opportunities to make an impact that I need. And I can just enjoy the process. So that's where I'm at. It's kind of fun. And I've been enjoying the process. So this episode was inspired, like I said, by someone thinking that they're not good at time management. And to be totally honest, this is me as well. I think I'm not good at time management. I get distracted all of the time. I don't follow my calendar. Like all these thoughts are for me as well. So I am putting this stuff into practice, just like I'm going to teach you today, and you can put it into practice. So I want to start with the mindset piece of it. And I want you to say out loud, I am extremely good at time management. Say it out loud and own it when you say it. I always like people, say it like you mean it. Say it like you are an authority. Okay, I want you to notice two things. First, if you feel a lot of resistance, like I talked about in episode 128, where my client couldn't even say something about being organized herself because it was so foreign to her. She didn't believe it. She had embedded these thoughts that she was bad into her brain so much that even saying something opposite of that, she couldn't even do it. She just felt out of alignment. So if that's you when it comes to time management, because you have so much proof and you could prove it to me, Tracy, I'm terrible at time management. If that is you, then I want you to use the alter ego concept. Go back to episode 128 and listen to that. I want you to even visualize right now yourself standing there and there's someone next to you, or if you're sitting or walking or driving, there's someone next to you, looks just like you. It is you, but it's your alter ego, the person that's extremely good at time management. And that's her, and you are stepping into that role. So you can leave all your proof in your current body, and you're going to step over into that person in that role, and that person is so good at time management. Okay. And now you're going to act like her. You're going to do it like her, or him. Sorry, if you're a man listening to this, you're going to act like him, and you are going to be the person that is extremely good at time management. You totally believe that. You're stepping into that. I want you to feel what that shift feels like when you say that. And when you say it, I think how you say it, like I said, is part of the thing. Maybe a little posture change, sit up a little bit, lift your chin up, and then believe it, and then say it, and then think to yourself, I am good at time management. I am extremely good at time management, because it can be true. In fact, I want you to choose to believe it, even if your calendar looks like a war zone. Even if you have 100 things written all over sticky notes next to you and it's a total mess, you are now extremely good at time management. This version of you, this organized, time-savvy version, is already in you. She's just waiting for a system that works. And today, I'm going to give you the system that works. I have been using this same system for 17 years. It's the space organizing method, and I use this for every single thing. I want you, next time you're overwhelmed by your calendar, I want you to stop for just a minute and use these steps. I want you to plan your week using these steps. Okay, and I'm going to teach them to you right now. But before you start, you need to think, I am extremely good at time management. I have a system for time management, and I'm going to use it now. Okay? This is so fun. I want you to do this. Next time you look at your calendar and you plan, you jot down your to-do list and you look at it, this is what I want you to do. Because your to-dos are like any other resource. You can organize it. You can control it. You can delete things. You can delegate things. You can delay things. You can donate things. Just like the stuff in your life, your to-do list is stuff. Your calendar is stuff, and you can simplify it. And when you do, you feel empowered. You feel energized, like you're finally running your business and your life and your home and not the other way around. Okay, so let's break it down. The first step is to sort. That's where we dump everything out. It's just like organizing a junk drawer. You have to see what you're working with before you can clean it up. So that means grabbing every task, every thought, every reminder, every appointment, every should do, want to do, might do, and writing it down in one place. Remember the concept of one, the power of one. Have just one place that you write it down. You're training your brain to go to a single location. The location itself doesn't matter. It's the fact that your brain knows there is one place that you keep to-dos. Now, for me, I've done this for years. It's on a clipboard next to my computer, has a pad of paper on it, and that's where everything goes. And that's where I write things down. And if I have sticky notes or back of envelopes, it comes to the clipboard. I even clip them on the clipboard until I process through these to-dos, until I organize my calendar, my time management. And so I put things on the notepad on the clipboard. That is the only place in my entire house, world, life that I put things to do on. So now I know if I find something elsewhere, it comes to the clipboard. And I take this clipboard and I sit on the couch and I move it around and I go places. I relax with the clipboard when I process my to-dos. But I know they're in that one place. Maybe for you, you're like, I don't want something on paper. I want something digital. Then you get to decide right now where that is. It could be a Google Doc. You could pin it to your bookmarks bar. You could link it in your calendar so that when you go to your calendar, you have it linked and you just click on it, opens the Google Doc. That way you could get to it in your car. You could get to it when you're taking a walk and you think of something. Or it could be on your business dashboard. If you're in Organized Coach Academy or you've done my business organizing intensive, then you know you have the business dashboard, you're setting it up, you have a tab for to-dos. And you always have one place that you do things. You could separate them in there by projects, personal. So when you're sorting, sort down into categories. So I like to sort by errands I need to run, home things I need to do, calls I need to make, computer work I need to do, projects for work. I separate them by project. So when you're getting everything out, you're sorting everything out into this one place, you sort it like that. That's step one. Remember, the tool doesn't matter. It's the habit that matters. It's knowing and the decision fatigue relief. How do you say that? Relief from decision fatigue in your brain. You're clearing the mental clutter. You're putting it in one place. Your brain knows where that is, and you're sorting. All you have to do is get it all out of your brain so it can stop running in the background. And that sorting gives you clarity. Okay. And that makes everything easier. So now that we have everything down and it's sorted into categories, the next step is to go through each category and to purge. And this is where the magic happens. I like to use 4 Ds. The first one is to delete. You know, absolutely, you're never going to do that. Even though you want to or think you should do it, you're not going to do it. So just delete it. The second option is to delegate it. If you can delegate something, do it. Delegate it immediately. Text someone in your family and say, I'd like you to have this done by this date. Give it to your VA. I'm like trying to think of who else we could delegate something to. Hire someone. Okay, so if you can delegate it, delegate it. If you can delay it, maybe you realize this month I have, let's say, getting organized on my priorities. And right now I don't need to start my nonprofit. So you're going to delay that. And I will talk about how to delay something. You're just going to put it in a separate location because being organized, remember, means that you know what you have and you can find it when you need it. So when you delay a task, you're going to put it somewhere so that you know where it is. When you need it, it's always there. You know where it is and you can find it later when you need it. Or you're going to do it. So delegate, delete, delay, or do. So you go through each category on your list and ask, what can I delete because it's no longer important or because it's been on my to-do list for 10 years? What can I delegate to someone else? What can I delay intentionally? Not just hold it for one day when I'm going to do it. Or what can I do right now? What will I do this week or this month? Most people are spending way too much energy on things they don't even need to do. That's why they're exhausted. Their brain is just constantly thinking of all the things and they have new ideas popping up all the time. And then they see somebody else doing something. They're like, oh, I got to do that too. Or I should be doing this more, better. So purging your task list clears the space. And that space is what creates energy. It's what gives you the energy to do the things in your life. Spend the time you want doing the things that are important, that you intentionally choose. And guess what? You're in charge of what stays on the to-do part of it. This is your business, your home, your life. So you get to decide what matters. And this just takes practice, right? You're going to get better and better at this as you go. Now that you have everything that you're going to do, and you've circled it, highlighted it, whatever it looks like, you're going to assign a home to it. That's step 3, assign a home. Once you've purged, now it's time to give every task a home. And this is where we move from chaos to calm. Instead of saying like, I need to write emails or I should catch up on admin, you're assigning that task a home on your calendar. But I don't want you to fill your calendar with 47 little micro tasks that you have written down. So we're going to batch by category. So think of it like this. You might have an admin hour. Now this is for business and home, because at home you have all this paperwork that you've piled up that you need to take care of. That's your admin hour. At work or in your business, you have admin that you need to do. So I want you to look at your calendar. You probably have on your calendar appointments that you have that you need to go do that you know for sure maybe involve someone else. That could be doctor appointment. It could be client appointment. It could be a meeting that you have to attend. All those are already on your calendar, and you're going to look at a space and assign it admin hour. In the description box, I want you to add the tasks that you're going to do during that admin hour that you just wrote down, that you decided you're going to do. Which of those look like admin time, and put them in that appointment. Then I want you to look at maybe another category is money hour or revenue generating activities. Maybe at home you have a pile of stuff that you're selling and that's your money hour. This is where you're going to make money. So you are putting tasks in the description box of that category, of that time block on your calendar of the things you're going to do. So that when you sit down at admin hour or money hour or CEO time or content creation time or paperwork and cleanup time, you know what you're doing. I think what a lot of times I see people doing is they sit down because they're like, okay, I got to get some stuff done. And then they look at this list that they've left over there and it's so overwhelming they don't know what to do first. So I want you to put these tasks in order of importance in the time block for that category. So admin hour, put the things in there and you can list them by importance. So you're prioritizing. So when you sit down at admin hour, you have exactly what you're doing in that appointment, in the task created already. So you know, you don't have to think about it. And you also can find everything you need. We go back to the definition of organized. You're organized, you know what you have, and you can find it when you need it. So when you need to look at admin hour, you can see the tasks that need to be done in that time block. Now, if you're working with a paper calendar, totally fine. Use a sticky note. And on the left side of the calendar or on the next page, I want you to put sticky notes with these categories or time blocks and then write the tasks down on that. So you get on your calendar, you see, oh, I have admin hour. You flip the page, you have the sticky note called admin hour, and it has your tasks written there. And you can write notes too, like, the paper that I need to fill out for that task is in my to-do folder on my desk. Or if it's a digital thing, you can link to it if you have a digital calendar. So I hope all that makes sense. So when you create these time blocks with labels, then you can collect all the related tasks under that label. So when money hour rolls around, you're not asking, what should I do? You already know because it's in that category. It's in the description or on the sticky note or whatever you're going to use. Remember, it doesn't matter which one you use. If you want to do paper, do paper. It's totally fine. But just categorize it so that when the time block comes around for that category, you have a prioritized list ready to go. Less decision making, more flow, more ease, more organization. Does that make sense? Okay, and then the fourth step is to contain. So we've sorted, we've purged, we assigned homes, and now we contain, which is we've done that already with the appointment time. It needs a start and an end date. Start and an end time. We build the boundaries around that. So time doesn't just need a place, it needs a container. It needs an appointment. It needs a start and end time. Does it take 1 hour? Does it take 90 minutes, 20 minutes? If that's all you've got, whatever it is, you just give it a start and end time. Because if you have a 15-minute admin task, it could take all day. You've heard that, right? Where a task takes as long as you give it. Now, you're going to get better and better at this. There's always going to be exceptions to something that might take longer because maybe you can't find what you need or because a problem arose while you were doing the task. Totally fine. It doesn't even matter. But we're going to set a boundary, a container around our task. This is also where we protect our energy. You contain the task so it doesn't leak into the rest of your life. At the end of that time block, if you didn't finish the things, then put the appointment again, either later in the week, or you're going to go back to that, gather the things you didn't do for the next time you sort your tasks. This containment gives you structure. And remember, the structure part of it is what gives your brain the freedom to use its energy in other areas because you've blocked this off. Okay, and step 5. So sort, purge, assign homes, contain, and step 5 is energize. This is the part nobody talks about, but it's the part that changes everything because once you have this in place, your brain now has so much proof that you're organized. You are extremely good at time management. You've planned and mapped things out. Now you have the energy to use to do the work, to do the other things, to be creative, to do the things in your life you want to do, to be present when you're with family members. You maintain this calendar system, you maintain the organizing steps, you maintain the management of your time, and that is what creates the energy. Okay, now when you're first starting out, you're going to try things and you're going to fail and you're going to realize and learn and grow and you're going to get better and better and better because it's just a skill following those 5 steps. You reflect on what worked and what didn't. Being organized gives you the energy you need. It frees up the brain space. It's reducing the chaos in your brain. It helps you feel capable and clear and calm. It gives you the evidence that you're organized. And the more you maintain it, the less work it takes over time. So energizing your system is how you keep showing up in your business with consistency without burning out. So go back to this system every night if you need to, every morning, for sure once a week, and then check in to keep maintaining your system. This is the secret to sustainability. Okay, one more thing we didn't talk about that I want to share is what I mentioned when you have a task and you're delaying it. This is the pro tip, the delay bucket. When you choose to delay something, don't just toss it aside and forget about it because that's what kind of stresses your brain out, right? It wants to keep that information up there and then you keep having all these ideas and stuff swirling in your head. So there's 2 ways to do this. You're going to create a recurring calendar appointment, maybe on the 1st of every month at 7 a.m. And that way, when you plan for the next month, you pull this appointment up and in the description, it has all the delay items. These could be ideas that you want to do. It could be things that you knew you didn't have time for in the current month, but you want to do the next month. It could be things that need to be done later that month or at the end of the year or whatever. So you're going to put these items in the description box. And then every time you do your planning, you just make sure you check in. Am I ready to do this task or am I moving it to the following 1st of the month? Or am I crossing it off? If this is a recurring appointment in a digital calendar, it's so cool because it recurs at the beginning of every month. That description and the list of things you've kept in there will always be in there. It's the one place where you keep things. If you have a paper planner, you could, again, use the sticky note, put it on the next month and write the things in that. Or you could also do it in your Google Doc or Google Sheet where you have a delay section at the bottom where you keep things that you're delaying until later. And that way you can revisit them, you can reevaluate, redecide, and you don't lose track of what you intentionally set aside. Then your brain doesn't have to worry about it. And this is what builds trust with yourself, right? You know you have things. You've kept them in a certain spot. You know where they are. You can find them when you need them because remember, you are extremely good at time management. Let yourself believe it. Just let yourself believe it. And know that if 80% of the time you can find what you need, you're doing what you wrote down, then you are organized. And as you work yourself up to that 80%, be fine with it. You didn't learn how to ride a bike in 1 second. You didn't learn how to walk the first time you tried, right? So you have a system now. Even if you start with that, that'd be great. Like I have a system for time management. It's the organizing steps. I use them in everything. I'm getting better and better at using them. I'm tweaking them to make them my own. So you have a system to back it up. The SPACE method: sort, purge, assign a home, contain, energize. It works for your closet, your business backend, and yes, even your calendar. Here's what you need to do. Step 1, choose your one place you're going to collect tasks. It could be on a notepad, on a clipboard. It could be in a Google Doc, whatever it is. Decide. And if you need to put a reminder on the side of your monitor or on your kitchen cabinet, my one place is, then do that until you remember where it is and use it every day this week. So you're going to decide on the one place to collect tasks. Then you're going to follow the steps and sort everything out. Use the 4 Ds in the purge section, assign homes to them, contain them in an appointment, and use time blocking for the categories of your tasks. And then give yourself grace as you go, right? And remember, I forgot the very first thing. I hope you didn't forget. You are going to stand up with your shoulders back and your chin up, and you're going to say it with determination. I am extremely good at time management. I have a system for time management, and it serves me, and I'm getting better and better at it. Okay, if this episode helped you, will you do one thing for me? Will you share it with a coach friend who's overwhelmed? Maybe your mother or daughter or someone that is wanting to get more organized, wanting to be better at time management. And I would love it if you would leave a review. I've had some people recently tell me, oh my gosh, Tracy, I love your podcast. If you love it, will you please go leave a review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts? A written 5-star review would be amazing. So tell me also how this process shifts things for you. Send me a DM on Instagram at Tracy Hoth and just let me know. Are you using this process in your time management? You are not behind. You are building something brilliant, one time block at a time. Okay, I'll see you next week on the Organized Coach Podcast. Wait, if you're finding this podcast useful, you must check out the Organized Coach Academy. It's my course where I walk you through every step to get your business organized, to get yourself organized, to save money and time, to prepare to hire someone, to do all the things that you want to do in your business with ease. Check that out at simplysquaredaway.com/OCA. Also, I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but I would love it. It's my way of knowing that you're enjoying the podcast if you leave a written review. I have lots of freebies for you. They're linked in the show notes. You can find them in my bio on Instagram at Tracy Hoth. And until next week, have a beautiful day.